Keanu Reeves, the quiet but powerful superstar who attained global stardom literally overnight, created a success through hard work and modesty. However, Keanu Reeves' success not only made people jealous, but also motivated actors to consider him a competition, as they began imitating him for his calm demeanor and even fought fiercely for the same spots. Today, at the age of 61, Keanu Reeves has finally revealed the 6 big stars in Hollywood that made him beyond mad. Among these 6, the most startling one is none other than Alec Baldwin. Keanu Reeves has allegedly refrained from being seen publicly with him again. Their enmity did not stem from jealousy or rivalry, but something that Keanu loathes more than all things: humiliation and senseless action that endangers other people. Their feud had its inception in the latter parts of the 1990s. During this time, both of these actors were ascending to the pinnacle of recognition, although Baldwin's quick temper had already concerned the producers of his films. Keanu loathes everything that this person is. This was the breaking point in 2003 at a private roundtable for the industry. Baldwin was fed up with a tirade by a director when he suddenly lashed out at the actors in the room. "Some of you men do not even deserve to be in the same room as I," he said before locking eyes with Keanu. Asked in a rare interview in Japan several years after the incident how an actor can recover from an insult by his co-star, Keanu replied, "If someone shows you contempt, you don't forget it." His colleagues in Hollywood knew exactly who it was that Keanu was talking about. Over time, the years went on, with more and more instances of controversy surrounding Baldwin, all ranging from physical fights to lawsuits. Eventually, it culminated in the tragic accident at Rust. But to Keanu Reeves, it was all following some sort of predictable pattern. This was just proof of what he had always known to be true. Baldwin was just too unpredictable, too much of a liability. In 2011, Reeves told a producer, "Chaos isn't talent. Chaos destroys talent." Since then, every chance to cast him and Baldwin in an ensemble film has quietly fallen through. The second name in Keanu Reeves's list is Shia LaBeouf. Keanu's dislike for Shia did not start building up. It all went into place the moment Shia broke a boundary Keanu holds dear, a boundary of not making the movie set a circus. The first kernel of the dislike was formed during shared workshops held in 2006. Shia interrupted a conversation by making fun of the older actors for being stiff. Keanu sat 2 chairs away from Shia and looked right into his eyes. As a producer remembered, Keanu whispered to someone, "He confuses the difference between depth and subversion." The actual meltdown occurred at a charity function in 2008. Shia is known to have shown up plastered, ranting about fake Hollywood saints, and then loudly quipped that Keanu is the most boring Zen robot he had ever met. The audience laughed nervously, but Keanu didn't. All he did was stare at him and then walk out saying, "Cruelty isn't honesty. It's insecurity." Everyone in attendance knew who that was aimed at. In the intervening years, Shia's arrests, brawls, bizarre performance art installations, and on-set feuds widened the gap. However, Reeves considers Shia's actions not so much rebellious, but irresponsible. When the same large film studio approached them about working together in 2014, Keanu apparently countered their interest in just a few minutes with this reason alone: not a healthy environment. Certainly, there has been no greeting, much less reconciliation, nor even a distant nod from the actors sitting in the back row that could pass for polite at film premieres since then. For Reeves, Shia LaBeouf has simply become another actor he just doesn't allow back in his orbit. The next name on Keanu Reeves' list is Jared Leto, a method actor whose extremes drove Keanu to the edge. What will happen to the calmest actor in Hollywood to be cast alongside an extreme person such as Jared Leto? The reaction was a shock to those who claimed to know Keanu well. Jared Leto is one of the actors who dragged Keanu from uncomfortable to resentful due to the extreme nature of this person. The conflict began well before either actor spoke about it. It began when Keanu listened to reports of experiences that actors and crew had with Leto. There was no preparation and mutual respect, but instead extreme method acting, including sending dead animals to co-stars, refusing to leave a role, requiring unpredictable rewrite requests, and a vibe of keeping everybody on edge. Keanu knew the risk right away. He said to himself, "You can't hurt people for the name of art." That was the point Keanu chose to make his own personal boundary. The moment of truth arrived during a behind-closed-doors casting meeting in 2011. The mention was made that these two actors should work together on a psychological thriller. Just as soon as the words left the lips, Keanu let out a sharp breath and shook his head. "Chaos isn't a technique. It's a warning sign," he bluntly stated. The room was silent. Everybody in that room knew exactly to whom he was referring. However, Leto's antics escalated, injuring himself during the shooting, sending macabre gifts to the other members of the cast, and believing that pain was a precursor to being authentic. This was not the case for Keanu Reeves. Leto was not deep to him. He was dangerous. The year was 2016, and the studios no longer attempted to team the two up. Keanu politely declined every project that came their way. Today, the two men have no interaction whatsoever. No handshake, no small talk, no nod at an award show. Jared Leto is the one thing that Keanu Reeves has no intention of accepting about the world of filmmaking: pain masquerading as artistry. The next person on Keanu Reeves' list is Val Kilmer, the ego that clashed so violently with Keanu's humility. Val Kilmer is the only person on Keanu's list who had a reputation before he arrived. Everyone had warned Keanu about him. "He's a brilliant actor," people said, "but he'll blow the whole room sky high if he doesn't get what he wants." Keanu never thought he was that kind of person until he met him. And that's when admiration switched to a fierce, burning resentment. Their feud started in the early 1990s, when both of them were often shortlisted for the same parts in action and drama movies. Robert could storm into audition sessions with critical views, failing to consider what other actors were doing. Robert once snubbed a tape of Keanu's audition and jeered, "He's just so straightforward. An actor needs passion, not calm." Keanu remembered those words, not because he was offended, but because he knew what kind of actor Robert was. However, the actual breakup happened at an industry dinner in 1995. A young cinematographer had complained to John about lighting me like I was a legend. Keanu started trying to smooth things over, but then Maddie shouted, "Don't play wise monk with me." Keanu froze on cue, not in anger, but in disappointment. "You don't belittle people you depend on. That's just everything." When a major studio floated the combination of Keanu and Kilmer in 2004, Keanu turned it down in an instant. No reason was given, just a simple no. Today, these two men intersect at conferences with, of course, not a word between them. There's no animosity, just a chilly, constant distance. The final name on the list of persons that Keanu Reeves wanted to avoid is Sean Young. He is the unpredictable element he decided to stay far away from. Sean Young is the only human being that Keanu Reeves decided to avoid because of exhaustion instead of anger. Their first meeting took place during an industry workshop in 1989. Sean was late and slammed her script onto the table before launching into accusations against the director of Playing Favorites. Keanu witnessed a woman turn the entire room upside down in under 3 minutes. That began a simmering hatred that would only escalate with the passage of years. The actual confrontation occurred in 1994, when both of them were auditioning for a project at a studio. Sean laughed at another actress's acting, and then, looking at Keanu, he said, "This industry is a sucker for quiet boys like you. They're easy to handle." Keanu didn't reveal his reaction. He shut his notebook and left. He told someone that evening, "When cruelty is masked as arrogance, it is still cruelty." This was one among a handful of instances where Keanu criticized another actor. The erratic behavior of Sean Young continued. There were alcohol-fueled episodes, crashing movie sets uninvited, fighting with directors, claiming conspiracy theories about the production team, and causing chaos at press junkets. It was clear to Keanu what was happening. Each project, she involved herself in left destruction in its wake. When in 2006, a thriller script was submitted to Keanu, he refused to even look at it once he heard that Sean Young was in consideration for a role in it. "I don't want people hurt again," he told one producer, when he heard that she had straightened out. There was no insult or public diss, just distance. Cold, calculated distance. Sean Young became the type of storm Keanu Reeves knew how to walk away from long before the storm ever reached him. So tell me, what are your thoughts? Do you think these jealousies are warranted or hint at the darkness in Hollywood that most fans never see? Let me know in the comments which one moved you the most, or hit that like button if you enjoyed learning the secret truths of Hollywood's biggest scandals.